What if the thoughts inside your head aren't really yours? Not because someone is controlling you, not because you're brainwashed in a cartoonish sense, but because your deepest assumptions about reality, what is good, what is beautiful, what deserves your outrage, what success looks like, who your enemies are, even who you are, were assembled long before you ever believe you chose them. Perhaps the greatest delusion of modern life is not that we are controlled. It is that we believe ourselves to be uniquely independent while swimming in an ocean of influences we scarcely notice. The fish does not discover water until it is removed from it. Neither do we. For thousands of years, philosophers warned us about this. Plato described prisoners chained inside a cave, mistaking shadows for reality. The Stoics argued most suffering comes not from events, but from unquestioned judgments. Confucius warned that societies decay when language itself becomes corrupted. Nietzsche believed most morality was inherited conformity. Kierkegaard feared the crowd. Hannah Arendt observed that ideology becomes most dangerous when people stop thinking altogether. They all had the same warning. Most people are not living from their own minds. Today, the machinery that shapes us has become unimaginably powerful. For most of history, propaganda came from kings, priests, and governments. Now it comes from governments, corporations, political parties, advertisers, influencers, activists, news organizations, entertainment, and now algorithms. Every institution competes for one scarce resource: your attention. And attention is no longer merely valuable. It has become the world's most profitable commodity. Every click teaches the machine something about you. Every pause while scrolling, every like, every purchase, every search becomes another piece of a psychological profile. The algorithm does not ask whether something is true. It asks one question: will this keep you engaged? Because engagement produces data. Data produces prediction. Prediction produces profit. The longer you remain emotionally activated, the more valuable you become. The irony is extraordinary. We think we are using technology, but increasingly, technology is learning to exploit us. Social psychologists have understood for decades that human beings desperately seek belonging. We imitate those around us. We adopt the values of groups we admire. We mirror the emotions of our tribe. This is part of what it is to be human. For most of human history, exclusion from the tribe meant death. Belonging became survival. But today, the tribe is digital. Millions of strangers become our reference group. Their approval becomes our compass. Their outrage becomes our outrage. Their desires become our desires. French philosopher René Girard called this mimetic desire. We don't simply desire things, we desire what other people desire. We copy aspirations, we borrow identities, we imitate ambitions. We become reflections of reflections. The result is a society filled with people pursuing lives they never consciously chose. Edward Bernays, often called the father of modern public relations, or propaganda, understood this. He argued that modern democracies could be guided not primarily through reason, but by shaping unconscious desires and affecting our subconscious. Over time, advertising stopped selling products. It began selling identities. Not a truck, masculinity. Not cosmetics, status. Not shoes, belonging. The product became secondary. The identity became the purchase. Politics has learned the same lesson. You no longer persuade people by presenting the facts. You persuade them by offering identity. People don't ask, is this true? They ask, is this what my people believe? Identity over evidence. We see examples of this everywhere. People don't even care about corruption, theft, or even murder if it negatively affects their side, their identity. Propaganda today, it tells us who we are, or more dangerously, who we should hate. Fear spreads faster than reason. Anger spreads faster than understanding. Outrage spreads faster than wisdom. Modern algorithms discovered what propagandists have always known. Strong emotion defeats careful thought. Neuroscientists describe the brain as an energy-saving machine. Thinking deeply is metabolically expensive. Mental shortcuts are efficient. We rely on heuristics, authority, popularity, repetition, social proof. If everyone around us appears convinced, our brains naturally relax. Critical thinking requires effort. Conformity is effortless. Perhaps this explains another modern crisis: the decline in philosophy. Not philosophy as an academic subject, but philosophy as a way of living. For centuries, people wrestled with the uncomfortable questions. What is justice? What is courage? What makes a good life? How should I live? What is worth sacrificing for? Today, many people can instantly explain the latest political controversy, yet cannot answer those questions about themselves. Without moral philosophy, there is no internal compass. Without an internal compass, we drift toward whatever ideology is the loudest. The greatest victory propaganda ever achieved was convincing people that they are immune to propaganda. Everyone thinks someone else is manipulated. The other political party, the other generation, the other religion, the other country, rarely ourselves. Yet every one of us carries invisible assumptions inherited from family, culture, school, media, friends, and now machines optimized to predict our behavior. No one escapes influence. The question is not whether you are influenced. The question is whether you are conscious of those influences. Perhaps freedom is not primarily a political thing. Perhaps it's an inside job. The courage to ask, why do I believe this? Who benefits from me believing this? What evidence would change my mind? Is this truly my conviction, or merely my tribe speaking through me? Those questions are uncomfortable. But discomfort is often the birthplace of genuine thought. The great philosopher Socrates famously claimed that the unexamined life is not worth living. Today, we might add something else. The unexamined mind is not your own. To recover it requires something increasingly rare: silence, reading, reflection, conversation, the willingness to be wrong, the courage to disappoint your tribe, the humility to change. Because becoming truly yourself is not about discovering some hidden identity. To the contrary, it is the lifelong process of peeling away everything that was never really yours to begin with. And maybe, only then, does your life finally become your own. Join the consciousness revolution.